Hello everybody, welcome to this reaction video. I'm going to be reacting to two different comedians, sort of say. And basically what I'm trying to showcase here is how much times have changed. We're going to be listening first to Don Rickles, who I didn't know was an insult comedian, or he used insult comedy where he's basically throwing jabs and talking very badly about people, about important people. And then how Ricky Gervais does this too in more modern times. But what I want you to pay attention to is like the crowd or the audience's reactions, right? Like back in the day, people didn't take things so personally, and you could actually joke around about very sensible topics, and they were taken as what they were, as jokes, right? And nowadays, you can't really do this. You can't joke, really. I mean, in general, like especially about sensitive topics, but you can't even really joke with people. People don't really laugh. I mean, I was watching a Family Guy episode yesterday about. The episode was interesting because it was a time traveling episode with Brian and Stewie, and they went back. I think it was like 2010 when they made that episode. I forget the season 9 or 10 or 11. But anyway, they travel back to 1999 when the first episode aired, and then they travel to the future. And one of the things they say about the future is that people are lazier, right? Everybody's lazy. Things are like just without taste, without color, without attitude, right? And this kind of goes to show. So I'm going to be showing these two clips. I'm going to be reacting to them and talking about them, and just notice the differences, okay? So let's get into this first one with Don Rickles.
And now we come to Don Rickles. A lot of people wonder why Don is so mean. There's a reason for that. You see, he's been that way ever since he found out Eva Braun was just two-timing him. There he is, the star of the last 10 days of Rickles, Don Rickles.
Okay, so the first joke, the Eva Braun, that's not Don Rickles. Don Rickles is coming up, but that joke that he just made is in reference to Hitler, right? Hitler had Eva Braun, so it's like a Hitler Nazi joke. And if you see Ronald Reagan is there, this is before he was president. I think he was governor at this point, but still, it's a person that you must respect. But just look at what he does.
The greatest thing I can say to Governor Reagan or Regan, whatever they call it. What do they call you, Governor? The greatest moment I remember in your career was when you said to Pat O'Brien, the Gipper is dying. And I got an uncle that thought it was a fish. Now, the Gentile gentleman here had no idea. A kipper. That's a Jewish fish. Don't be dumb. I hate a dumb guy. He wouldn't be governor if my people didn't go, okay. There's always one dumb guy in the audience. And you're probably important. My luck, you'll be the president of NBC. Isn't this fun, Governor, huh? Better than trying to hit Jess Unruh with your car. The United States. Jess Unruh is a great Democratic candidate who opposed many things that the governor did, and he's a great politician, and the governor will be the first to agree. And that's what makes our country so fantastic. That we have different people, as I do. I stand on a stage or on a lectern, or I stand here next to Dean Martin, one of the great guys, and I say this from my heart, Dean. You have a problem. Politician of all time. He laughs at anything. My brother died. I tell you out there, America, our governor is dumb. That's a joke, Governor. Can you see it when this show is was off the air and the governor's over the room with 3 guys from the state troopers. All right, Jew, let's hear the joke about the governor. Let's hear the one about him being dumb. Let's go. I don't know who you are in the middle, but you're starting to get on my nerves. There's one guy with a honk and it's sucking up his lip. My luck, this will be Richard Nixon's bodyguard. They talked about you, my dear friend and honorable governor. And sir, we've never met formally, as we've said before. But I will never forget the stories I've heard that you standing on the White House lawn, throwing rocks at Richard Nixon's window going, Dick. Don't beg, don't beg. Tell him like a man. You're an actor. Phony it up. Just stand on the lawn and say, move out of there! Is this too fast for you, Dane? Dean Martin came from Youngstown, Ohio. Is that right, Dean? Steubenville. Why, that's better? You, Governor, are a great man. You can tell because you don't see many governors with clip-on bow ties. Hey, fun is fun. There are many people that are planted around here to look like they enjoy this. Said to me when Governor Reagan or Regan, whatever they call you, Reagan, I don't care. What do I care what they call you? You're the governor, and if I got a cousin getting the chair, you better make that phone call. But I say this from my heart, Governor. I've met you once in the hallway at NBC, as you remember. And I'll never forget your words. Get out of the way, kid. Politician, black, white, Jew, Gentile, we're all working for one cause, to figure out how you became governor.
Yeah, amazing. The crowd's reaction is amazing. Everyone's having a blast. Like he says, fun is fun. I like a lot of the jokes he makes because they are things that people think. And he's a Taurus. Don Rickles, he already died. Rest in peace. But yeah, he's a comedian of insult comedy, right? A lot of the things that he says, I think would not be able to fly with important figures, especially politicians nowadays. But you can see everyone's just having kind of like a blast. Everyone's laughing, enjoying the time. And this kind of reminds me of like the Joker, right? Alan Watts said that the Joker was like this person that would stand in front of the king and poke fun at the king, make fun of all the everyday rituals and how ridiculous everything was. And people in position of power and authority need to have someone like that to make them not take themselves so seriously, right? Imagine like someone doing this to Donald Trump nowadays, right? Or, you know, someone important like Putin or someone like that, right? Like you can't, right? And especially for them to just be having a blast and laughing and enjoying themselves, right? Okay, now we're going to get into the Rick Gervais video. Okay, now recently with the Golden Globes in January, this video clip has resurfaced. I watched it and this is kind of where I saw like the contrast. The audience is kind of having fun. And I think this video, if you haven't watched this video, it's very controversial. It's kind of like, you know, they say it's a video clip that you need to come back to every year and just watch it because it gets crazier and crazier, especially because of what he says. But he's having a good time, I think. He also has a hint or a bent of maybe like, you know, anger or resentment, or I'm not sure what it is, but he's a comedian. And in this case, it's also insult. But just notice the people's reactions, right? Because they throw a lot of shade at the actors, at the people, the celebrities that are there. But just like notice their reactions, right? They're not really enjoying it as like before. Okay, so let's get into it.
Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais, thank you. You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking, I never did. NBC clearly don't care either, 5th time. So, I mean, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello? Lucky for me, the Hollywood Foreign Press can barely speak English, and they've no idea what Twitter is. So I got offered this gig by fax. So let's go out with a bang. Let's have a laugh at your expense, shall we? Remember, they're just jokes. We're all gonna die soon, and there's no sequel. So, yeah, remember that. But you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. So, lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons, yeah? Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci, sorry. I love you, man, don't have me whacked. But tonight isn't just about the people in front of camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood Foreign Press are all very, very racist. So, 5th time. So, we were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. No. It was mostly white people, and I thought, nah, not on my watch. So, maybe next year. Let's see what happens. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way. So in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right, but seriously, most films are awful, lazy, remakes, sequels. I've heard a rumour that there might be a sequel to Sophie's Choice. I mean, that'd just be Meryl Streep going, well, it's got to be this one then. All the best actors have jumped to Netflix and HBO, you know. And the actors who just do Hollywood movies now do fantasy adventure nonsense. They wear masks and capes and really tight costumes. Their job isn't acting anymore. It's going to the gym twice a day and taking steroids, really. Have we got an award for most ripped junkie? No. No point. We know who'd win that. Martin Scorsese, the great...
I don't know if in that part he refers to The Rock. I don't know. He says, we know who'd win that. Maybe he's talking about The Rock. I don't know.
This living director made the news for his controversial comments about the Marvel franchise. He said they're not real cinema and they remind him of theme parks. I agree. Although I don't know what he's doing hanging around theme parks. He's not big enough to go on the rides, is he? tiny. Right. The Irishman was amazing. It was amazing. It was. It was great. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So, even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know, you're nearly 50, son. The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs, right? But Dame Judi Dench defended the film, saying it was the role she was born to play, because she... I can't do this next joke. Because she loves nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg and licking her own minge. Furball. She's old school. It's the last time, who cares? Oh. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off, okay? So, it's already 3 hours long. Right, let's do the first award. The first award is for Best Actor in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy. To present the award are a couple of actors off the telly, what can I say? Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. In a little while, we're going to see a short clip from The Irishman. It's 88 minutes long. In the meantime, here are Sofia Vergara and Matt Bomer. Welcome back. Still having a good time? Good. As you know, the meal tonight was all vegetables, as are the members of the Hollywood Foreign Press. Please welcome their president, Lorenzo Soria. Knives Out has 3 nominations tonight. Yeah. See what can happen if you don't dress people up as cats? It's that easy. Here are 2 of the nominated stars, Ana de Armas and Daniel Craig. I've got nothing negative to say about these next 2 presenters because the big one could snap me in half. So please welcome Zoe Kravitz and Jason Momoa. That's it. Good night. Thank you. Please donate to Australia. Have a great time. Get drunk. Take your drugs.
See, in this one, people were like less, I don't know, less in a good mood. Some of them were actually very serious. Tom Hanks, especially, they say he was like, you know, what the hell? And that one other guy, I did a little bit of research on some of these guys to find out like what they did. Like the first joke with the license plate, I think she got caught for fraud or something like that. Like she was making false documents or something like that. So, you know, it's like well, I mean, if you did it, like, or if you're found guilty of doing something, well, and you're a celebrity, I mean, you just gotta take the joke and laugh, have a good time. I think the person that showed like the best spirit was Martin Scorsese. I think he was laughing, when he made the short joke. The Irishman is very long. It is. I watched it. It's a very long movie, like 3 hours long. He's making all those jokes, and he makes the joke about him being short, and Martin Scorsese's like, I am, like, I think he was the one that was like in the best spirit, and everybody else is kind of like, what. But yeah, anyway, you may imagine why this clip is infamous. I think it's one of the best clips of an award show of the Golden Gloves. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, like the differences in the audience. We do currently live in a very sensitive culture. And another thing I noticed in this second clip is slow, right? Like the jokes, the vibe, the feeling, the atmosphere, people's reactions. I feel like they're slower. I feel like we're getting slower also. Like in the past, if you saw the first clip, it's like energetic. Everyone's moving. The Governor Reagan is like with this other guy. They're kind of like going back and forth. Yeah, people are moving. Even the presenter, right, Don Rickles, he's like he jumps up and down at one point. He's moving around, right? There's like more energy, right? It feels like more vivacious, right? If that's a word. And this one is kind of like more. It's dull, right? It's slower paced. So we can kind of contrast that with the times, right? Times have gotten slower, people are lazier, and they take things like more personal, right? Like if you say something about them and it's supposed to be funny, especially celebrities, I would say like these people are famous, they always get criticized, so why would you react, like weirded out, like that one other guy that he just kind of sits there like still. Um, so yeah, let me know what you think. I wanted to point out this contrast between these two videos. Let me know, do you think we live in more sensitive times and with a sensitive culture dynamic? And if we do, how do you think the future is going to look like? Are we going to continue down this path, continue to be slower and more sensitive, or eventually are we going to start to kick things off, get more energetic, and get more, vibracious, like that first clip we watched? All right. So that's all I got for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. All right. Peace.